Hi, this is Chen Community Real Estate Group, a part of Pearson Smith Realty, and I am here today with Jodi Cali.
Hello.
Hello. And Jodi is my stager. She does light staging for me for all of my listings. She's absolutely fabulous, and I love her. So I also wanted to give her an opportunity to showcase her new place, which I helped her buy, and she's kind of like transformed it into this like amazing space. But the reason I love her is because she's so talented. Like, for example, there was one time where we went into a home and literally she moved a coffee table that was vertical, like horizontal, like one little change, and it just made the entire space look so different. But just me and the homeowner would never have thought to do that. I remember the homeowner saying, This is amazing. This is what the difference is between a professional versus an amateur. So I thought that was a really, cute little thing.
I think she said magical.
Oh, she was like, it's so magical. Like, it was so small, it was amazing. But anyways, I wanted Jodi to kind of just talk about what she's done and just any tips that she might have for us. So
thank you.
You're
for the
welcome.
opportunity. So
get out.
Yeah, no, you can stay with me. Basically, I do light staging is what I would like to say. I don't own furniture, rent furniture. I am not a traditional stager. I really just do light staging. Utilizing what you have already in your home, moving it around, placing it in the right way, making your home look the biggest, the brightest, the warmest, the most updated that we can with your things usually. Just adding sometimes maybe some fresh towels, shower curtains, beddings, and that's it. But for here, what I wanted to kind of talk to you about was how also a lot of people get turned off or intimidated, I should say, when they're looking at houses that it doesn't have something that they want. Like, for example, I would have loved to have custom built-in bookshelves in my home, but that's not in my budget. So there are other reasonable ways that we could do this, and I chose a seriously inexpensive way, which was some floating shelves from IKEA. I think this size, which is the largest size, they're maybe $40 a shelf. And there's ways that I'm tending to go a little bit more on the modern side of style as I'm getting older for some reason, rather than traditional. But there are tricks that you could do to even these shelves, which would be to have a carpenter or a handyman add some crown molding perhaps, and it could give you a completely different look, much more traditional or transitional if that's your style. And another trick that we use every time we do a staging in the house is we kind of take into consideration or we analyze and edit the bedding. A lot of times the beds are not made properly. They're just they're kind of messy, or they're not layered. They don't have any throw pillows. It all gives spaces more personality, more layers, more depth, and more interest, which makes the home more interesting, even if it's not an updated room. It just, every little bit helps. Another tip would be in a living room or any room in your house would be to put your curtains or your draperies as high to the ceiling as possible. I know everybody talks about it, and there are a lot of people that still don't do it. And when we moved in, the rod and the curtains were literally on the molding of the window frame, and it literally shrinks the room. Your eye is only going to the top of that rod rather than to the top of the height of the ceiling, which these ceilings are 10 feet high, and it's a shame to squash them down. So every home that I help with Jen, basically what we do is, that's the goal, is to try to make every home look as big, as bright, as warm, as comfortable, and updated as possible. And it's actually quite easy without an investment sometimes. It's really sometimes just shuffling around some furniture that makes a difference. So those are some tips. I hope you like them.